What about your services? What services do you offer?
Well, anybody who's in retail is in the service industry.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
It doesn't really matter what your product mix is. It's the service industry. And having the technology, having the inventory programs of a new bookstore allow us to do something that most used bookstores can't do. When you come in and ask for a book that we don't have, but you don't want to buy a new one, you just want the used copy, then we put your name in under that title in that book, and then when the next copy is in, up pops up a tag and it says, Mrs. Brown's Books here, we call you and we go, but we can go beyond that. We can say, we can also take all of those once, and that creates a separate database, which I can take either with a tablet or in a hard copy format. And when I go scouting, I have it with me. So if I see an author and I think, hey, wait a minute, I think there's somebody in there that we need, I can't remember which book, I just consult the database, there it is, I grab it, it's on our list, I come back. We fill hundreds of these a month. Wow. And it's the technology. It's the ability for us to go out and do the scouting and do the legwork for people who don't have time for it and just want us to find a book.
That's incredible service.
Yeah.
That's, I believe, one of the reasons that used bookstores go under, right?
Absolutely. They don't know what they have in inventory. They haven't got the means to go find it, and they're not sure what they're looking for, because unless you know, we can all go into the old style used bookstores and find 6 copies of the same book sitting around the store, and it's not alphabetized, and it's not by categories. It's not well laid out. You can't, we have signs everywhere. We have our aisles wide enough for wheelchairs in both floors.
Oh, that's important.
And for our baby buggies. I mean, there's tons of room. We don't put a book over 7 feet off the ground, so people can reach it. Most people, anyway. And we don't stack them up to the ceiling, and we don't double bank them. None of that stuff. It's what you see. It's not what I have. And when you come in the store, you should be able to see what you want quickly, and it should be alphabetized, and it should be by categories at least. And I think, those little subtle things just make people happy. They can get in, get out, find the book, and go.
Sure.
And we have parking behind the store, which people often don't realize, which means I would bet that the average time on site is about 6 minutes.
Really?
During the week, absolutely. People don't have the time. They whip down the lane. They come in the back door. They come in, they go to their section, they find the books they want, they bring in the books they want to trade or whatever, and they're gone. I mean, it's just boom. It's just a rapid turnover, and that's the whole experience has got to be at that pace. And if you're not set up for that, then they're not going to come back.
So this database, are you ever going to put this online of your collection of databases so people can browse?
Yeah, it is.
Now? You've got this now?
Oh, yeah.
You're kidding.
It's on our website, and you can go to our website, and not only can you see what's sitting on our shelves, you can also see the 8 million plus new books that we can supply to you, because we do sell new books as well.
Okay, so that's ridiculous. How many used bookstores do you know are doing that? None. Right?
I can't think of one, really.
Neither can I.
No. So that's why I said we invested in technology, we invested in the inventory programs, we invested in the online listing programs. We just spent a ton of money on the technology so that we know. Somebody comes in and says, gives us a title of a book, and they say they've never found it, and we'll go, well, wait a minute, let's look it up. And we'll say, well, this is why it's impossible to find, because it's a print-on-demand book. It's a POD. I can order you one, but they're going to make it for you specially. And we can order that because one of our main suppliers is the biggest print-on-demand printer in the United States.
Oh, really?
So, or North America, because they do a lot of Canadian. We have local authors who I had a gentleman in 2 days ago who was selling his new book. He didn't realize that the way his book was being marketed was it was a print on demand, but it was actually being done down in the States, down in Tennessee. And that's one of our suppliers. So I went online and I said, oh, I can order your book. You don't have to bring it to me. I can pick up any number I want. He said it to me, how'd you do that? I said, it's in Tennessee. He says, Tennessee? But it's electronic. So they just whip it around. They say they store everything electronically. They whip it. They can just email it to the publisher, and they say, here, put it in your database. And when a sale comes along, it's Tennessee that produces the book, ships it to me, and I give it to the customer and send your books here.
So that makes it incredibly easy to enjoy a book.
Right. And with us, with new books, you don't pay for any shipping.
What?
No, because we just put in our regular order, so that just gets sent to us at the regular price.